Okay, ladies, so this is my version of how I prepare when I go hunting. And I'll give you a kind of an idea of what I take and why I take it. And remember, it's my version, so everybody is different. You can go use mine as an example, or use your own. I didn't see very many videos out there for how to for women, so I figured, what the heck? Let's just give the divas a good start anyways. So the first thing you're going to want to pack is your PAL for your rifle, your wind card, and your tags. Now, in order to buy your tags, you have to buy a wildlife certificate. And for those of you that aren't sure what that is, my description of it is it's your donation to sustainable resources so they can help with the management of the herds. It helps them figure out the draws. It to me it's a great way to contribute to helping fellow hunters out there. Um, and I think the reason before, when you bought your tags, your draws, you didn't have to purchase this. But I think what is happening is there's a lot of anti hunters out there that will put in for the draws and get them and never buy them, just so that hunters like you and I won't get the opportunity. So this is my thought on why they changed it. You have to purchase your wildlife certificate now prior to putting in your draws, and that will possibly deter those people from getting draws that have no intentions to hunt, that just want to stop you and I from enjoying the outdoors. So make sure you have your tags, make sure you have your licenses, make sure you have your wind card, make sure you have your PAL. I use a good backpack. It's sturdy, heavy duty, because I tend to pack a lot of stuff in mine for when I go out in the field. So I'll have my licenses and my wind card. Make sure you have your clip for your rifle, very important. Okay. I have my knives. They go in there. I have spare ammunition, because you just never know. I have my elk call that I need practice on, obviously. I have a rangefinder, and that is your choice. I just like to have one because, you see a big bull elk walking out, you want to be sure of your distance. I have my waterproof binoculars. Those were my choice. You have whatever binoculars you feel comfortable with. I have lots of pairs of gloves, because if my hands get cold, I'm cold. And to me, the most important thing to be when you're sitting in the field is to be comfortable. So there you go. There's my pack. Right? Of course, you're going to have your water and your snacks and whatever in there. So the next important thing when you're out hunting is your clothes. Cotton is rotten. If you've never heard the saying, cotton will absorb the moisture, but it won't release it. It will keep it close to your skin. And that is a very good way of getting hypothermia. So I was taught way back when I did my survival classes, that you don't even wear a bra, because you walk, your sweat, your bra absorbs that moisture, and that moisture stays with your body. So unless you can find a bra that wicks away, this is not a fashion show, and nobody's going to care if you're wearing one or not. Personally, I don't. Hey, I'm in the bush. The girls are going to be free. So I have light socks that I wear first, and these socks will wick your moisture away, so they keep your feet dry. I've got good long underwear that does the same thing. And this stuff here that I'm holding up, this stuff is over 10 years old, and I've used it every year, and it's still great. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll put another pair of socks, possibly depending on the outside temperature. I'll put another pair of socks over these if my boots will allow for the fit. If not, then I'll carry those little hot pockets, the heat packs, and I'll slip one of them in my boots if I have to. So because we're going for a few days, I have 3 or 4 shirts that I'll take, and they're all camo, of course, and they'll wick your moisture away. None of them are cotton. None of them are going to keep that moisture to my body. Like I said, if I can stay dry and warm, I can sit outside all day. Same with my pants. They don't have to be fancy. They don't have to be expensive. They just have to, you're going to layer. You're going to have your long underwear on. You're going to have those. I also have rain gear that I sometimes take, but in case you can't hear, tends to be on the noisy side. And that's another point I want to make, ladies. If you're planning on bow hunting, feel your clothes. You want quiet clothes because you're moving around in the tree stand and the deer can hear very well, and you don't want them to hear this. Okay. I also have a light jacket that I take because now this will be my 3rd layer, right? I have a, whatever this thing's called, you know, because I'm fair-haired. And believe it or not, you could be camel from head to toe, but if you don't have it on your face, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. And when we're out in the field where we're getting set up or whatever, we'll take pictures to just show you how your camel's working. And it's actually very cool if you take it in black and white, because it's my understanding that deer don't see color. So if it's black and white, we'll put you in the bush where you're sitting and we'll take a picture of you in black and white, and you'll see the difference without a face covering or with one, and just exactly how your camel works. Now, because we are hunting rifle season, I highly suggest you take something in blaze orange, because the last thing I want to happen is when I have you ladies out in the woods is one of you to get shot because someone thinks you're a bear or an elk or a moose or whatever. Bear, elk, and moose do not wear blaze orange. You don't have to wear it. Hang it in the tree behind you, just somewhere where it's noticeable, but have it out there just for your protection. There's a lot of roadside hunters out there, and I've been in situations where I've looked and they're actually looking down their scope right at me. And that is really something that will just chill you to the bone. You'll never forget that feeling. I also have this thing because I like to stay warm, and I'll put it on and I'll drape it over my head so that my nose is just sticking out, and it just another layer of warmth if I need it. In the evening, when the sun's going down, you will notice a severe drop in temperature, and that's when you're going to be the coldest. So my suggestion is when you're walking in, don't layer up. Dress lightly when you walk in. Once you get there and you sit down, then you start layering up. That way you haven't built up a sweat, you're not wet, you're nice and dry, and you layer up. You don't have to zip right up. You could just leave everything open so you can breathe, and then as the evening progresses, you start zippering up and protecting yourself from the cold. A lot of people go out and they'll spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on their camo. I bought this camo, believe it or not, at a dry cleaners and safety supply in Westlock. It's made out of wool. It's not pretty. It's heavier than you can imagine. It came with a coat and it came with the bib coveralls. And I paid $180 total. I've been in situations in pouring rain with this stuff, and it's soaking wet where the water's dripping off it, and I'm as warm as can be. It just holds the heat in like you wouldn't believe. And like I said, it's not pretty, but it is the best camo that I've ever had. Another thing that I'm going to bring that you should look into is a scent blocker. It's a spray. It's out in the truck right now. I don't have it here with me, but you just spray yourself from head to toe. It's like $10 to $15 a bottle, and it'll just eliminate any scent. Bring non-perfumed deodorant. There's no lilacs growing out in the bush. Bring non-scented shampoo for the same reason. When the heat rises, it rises out of your head, and the heat is going to dispense any perfume scent that you have in your hair. Like I said, this isn't a beauty pageant. I don't care how beautiful you are on the outside, because I know you're all beautiful on the inside, and I want us to have a nice, safe, fun hunt. The landowner has contacted me, the elk are running. He's contacted me saying that other people have asked permission to hunt in the area where we are, and he's turned them down. We have that area specifically for us, and I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be safe, and maybe we're going to have elk backstrap steaks for supper one night. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, so that is my how-to pack for our hunting trip. I may have forgot a few things, it happens, but feel free to add or take away from my list. Do as you please, it's your hunt. And if you have any questions, you know how to find me. Oh, and this stuff isn't mine, it's my nephew's, just saying.